Welcome to this explainer. Okay, think back to when online shopping first really took off. It honestly felt like pure magic, didn't it? You had these infinite virtual aisles, absolutely zero checkout lines, and literally anything you could possibly want delivered right to your front door. Well, today we're unpacking the fascinating story of ASOS, and we're looking at the hidden operational economics that drive our everyday online shopping habits. It's a wild story about a retail giant that totally cracked the code of digital sales, only to realize they'd built a machine that was actually almost too convenient for its own good. So here's the billion-dollar paradox, and it eventually became a massive double-edged sword for this global fashion giant. Just think about this for a second. How exactly do you conquer the global market? Your customer numbers are absolutely soaring. You're watching your revenue climb higher and higher, breaking records year after year. And yet, despite all of this monumental, incredible outward success, you find your actual profit margins are just completely suffocating. It sounds entirely counterintuitive, right? It's this crazy mystery of profitless growth that has literally kept retail executives awake at night for years.
Here is our roadmap for solving this puzzle today. We'll start with part 1, the digital growth engine. Then we'll move into 2, the returns problem. Examine 3, growth versus profitability, and 4, consumer behavior and costs. After that, we'll navigate 5, the logistics labyrinth, before finally wrapping up with 6, the e-commerce balancing act.
All right, let's jump straight into section 1, the digital growth engine, and building a digital-first fashion empire.
To really grasp the sheer magnitude of this crisis, we have to rewind a bit and look at just how revolutionary ASOS's digital-first success actually was. I mean, think about what shopping used to look like. You had to physically go to a store, dig through picked-over racks, and just kind of settle for whatever they happened to have in your size. ASOS totally blew up that reality. They offered constantly updated fashion that kept younger shoppers coming back for more. They had a product variety so wide you could find anything, anytime. Plus, mobile shopping meant you could literally buy a whole new wardrobe from the palm of your hand while riding the train to work. And the kicker? Fast delivery and easy returns made the whole thing completely risk-free. Without the massive overhead of paying rent for thousands of physical brick-and-mortar stores, ASOS built this highly scalable digital model that captured consumers globally at lightning speed. It was a complete masterclass in online retail.
But that brings us to section 2, the returns problem, or as I like to call it, the hidden cost of convenience.
Because the very thing that made them so unstoppable, that totally frictionless convenience, was actually a Trojan horse. It smuggled a massive profitability problem right through the company's front door. For us, the shoppers, the experience is a dream. It's magical, it's frictionless, and most importantly, it's free. You order a dress, it arrives, you don't like hat fits? No big deal. You just toss it back in the bag, hand it to the postman, and wipe your hands of it. But behind the scenes, that one simple action triggers a brutal operational reality. Every single item sent back kicks off a panicked cascade of expensive transport, manual processing, careful checking for damage, repackaging, and ultimately, heavy discounting. And in fast fashion, where trends expire in weeks, time is literally money. An out-of-season sweater sitting in a returns pile is basically just depreciating inventory, losing its value by the minute. If we actually track the grueling physical journey of just one return t-shirt, you'll quickly see how a simple click turns into a total logistical nightmare. Step 1, a truck literally has to burn fuel to drive out, pick that t-shirt up, and haul it all the way back to a massive fulfillment center. Step 2, a human being has to physically take it out of the bag. They inspect it, looking for makeup stains, deodorant marks, ripped tags, just to make sure someone didn't wear it out to a club and then try to return it. Step 3, if it passes, it gets brand new packaging. And Step 4, it gets re-entered into the digital inventory to be restocked. Or, because fast fashion moves so fast, it usually just gets slapped with a heavy discount. Now take that grueling multi-step journey and multiply it by millions and millions of returns every single year. You can start to see exactly where all the cash is evaporating.
Which leads us right into section 3, growth versus profitability, the core conflict.
This is the painful dilemma at the very heart of fast fashion e-commerce. Surging revenue does not automatically equal sustainable profit if your operational costs are skyrocketing right alongside it. It's a classic story of corporate distraction. Imagine being a CEO during this hyper-growth phase. You're getting this incredible sugar rush of skyrocketing revenue, huge customer growth, and global expansion. It looks amazing on paper. Investors are thrilled. But creeping up silently in the background is this devastating disease of operational costs. Sky-high delivery expenses, overwhelming returns processing, crazy complex warehouse operations, and agonizing inventory management. Massive growth can hide those inefficiencies for a few years, sure, but eventually the music stops, reality hits, and those profit margins completely wiped out.
And the psychology behind this trap is just fascinating. Once we get a taste of an amazing feature, like free returns, it immediately stops being a generous perk. It transforms into a rigid, fundamental expectation. It goes from a fun luxury to basically a basic human right in the eyes of the modern shopper. Customers demanded all of that expensive logistical magic, but they absolutely refused to pay a single extra penny to subsidize it.
Let's move to Section 4, Consumer Behavior and Costs, the relatable reality.
Let's be perfectly honest with ourselves here. We've all done it. You want a pair of shoes, you're not sure of the fit, so you order a size 8, a size 9, and a size 10, fully intending to send 2 of them right back. Free returns give us this incredible purchasing confidence. But some people take this to the absolute extreme, ordering massive hauls for a weekend try-on session knowing they'll return 90% of it. This creates a terrifying competitive deadlock across the entire industry. It's basically a high-stakes game of chicken. Maintaining this extreme convenience is insanely expensive, but no brand wants to be the first to blink and start charging for returns. Why? Because the second ASOS charges a return fee, that shopper instantly closes the tab and buys from a competitor who still does it for free. So rather than risk losing market share, everyone just eats the cost and stays trapped in this aggressively expensive cycle.
Now for Section 5, the logistics labyrinth. Let's look behind the screen.
People often assume running an online retail business is way simpler and cheaper than having physical stores. But let's actually peek behind that digital curtain. Think about traditional shopping. You go to a mall. You act as your own inventory picker by grabbing a shirt off a rack. You act as your own delivery driver by putting it in your trunk and driving home. And if you don't like it, you do the transport yourself and drive it all the way back. In e-commerce, the retailer has to pay for and coordinate every single one of those actions for you. They replace you with cavernous warehouses the size of airplane hangars running 24/7. They're balancing sprawling inventory systems, massive international delivery networks, tech platforms handling millions of clicks a minute, and round-the-clock customer service. They absorb all of these logistics directly, meaning even a tiny fractional inefficiency can completely nuke their profit margins. It is a logistical labyrinth of mind-boggling proportions.
Finally, let's wrap up with Section 6, the E-commerce Balancing Act and the future of retail. So, what's the ultimate takeaway from this massive industry reckoning? Well, the true test of a digital business isn't just about how fast you can scale up. The real challenge is designing an operation where extreme customer convenience and strict financial sustainability can actually coexist. As we see from the lessons ASOS had to learn the hard way, revenue growth does not equal profitability. The friction we removed from our lives didn't magically disappear. It just transferred straight to the company's balance sheet as heavy operational costs. Returns are the ultimate financial hurdle for fashion, and our unyielding expectations have literally forced an entire sector to reshape its economics. Moving forward, sustainable growth demands absolute, hard-won operational discipline, not just flashy digital scale. Based on the incredibly complex operational walls we've unpacked in this explainer today, I'll leave you with this provocative thought about the future of our shopping habits. As companies face these undeniable financial realities, will the days of ordering 10 items just to try them on for free soon be a thing of the past? It's a huge, pivotal question for the future of retail, and one that brands everywhere are desperately trying to answer. Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating story with me today.